Great Biafrans all over the world, welcome our able barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor. This is the second time he is joining us. He is the great man who has actually bagged another great victory and added it into his curriculum, into his experience. It is not easy because there are many people that if it is them, they will be very selfish. They will not know what to do in order to release our leader. But this man you see here, his humility and his hard work has paid off, and Biafrans, we must appreciate that. So welcome our able barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor. You are welcome back to this page once more. It is an honor to have you here once again. Please come in and introduce yourself. You don't have a voice. Unmute yourself. Okay, I unmuted. Unmute yourself.
Okay. It's okay now. It's okay.
No, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. It was okay now.
Okay, it's okay now.
Yes, it's okay now. I'm coming.
Okay. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, Biafrans all over the world. It's a pleasure to be in this platform.
Thank
I
you for coming.
wish to thank you so immensely for having me in this platform. I may be brief in my exposition, possibly update on what transpired in court yesterday. Though I have been able to exhaustively deal with it, and also faulted the position of the Attorney General of the Federation on what he said, and also the fact that the order of court must be immediately obeyed. Immediately obeyed. Immediately obeyed. There's no two ways about it. So I will be here to entertain just few questions from you because I have other engagements in the next couple of hours. As I speak to you, I can speak to you now. I just got a notification from a foremost advocate of Nigeria who just notified me that my legal opinion I just made public a few hours ago is sound and unassailable in my rejoinder to the faulty and untenable position of the Attorney General of Federation. The learned senior advocate just told me, confirmed to me, that position of my legal position is sound and cannot be shaken, and cannot be altered, and cannot be faltered. So thank you so much. It's a pleasure being with you, Mr. Judge Money. Thank you for your effort.
Thank you very much.
And remain blessed.
Thank you very much for coming, acknowledging this engagement, even though it was on a short, very, very short notice. I thank you very much for joining us. And we have seen that work you just did few hours ago, which you are talking about. We have seen it, and it is actually very, very giving us a tremendous, response. So I believe that Biafrans, they are very happy to see you, and some of them on the comment section, they are already writing congratulations to you because in as much as we Biafrans, we have acquired victory, you also as well acquired victory because it is already written in the history that Barrister Sir Ifeanyi Ejiofor was the man who stood up to actually defend Biafra nation and make sure that her leader is free. And we thank you for that. We do not have enough, enough resources to actually thank you for that, your good work and your competency. So my first question here is, how is Onyendu feeling about the new development? Have you spoken with him? Have you seen him?
We'll be seeing him on Monday. But before we went to court, I sent a word across to him yesterday that the God I worship and we worship can never disappoint us in the proceedings of yesterday. And I said wonderful prayers in the morning before going to court. And in strongly believing that the outcome will be favorable to us. Because and also the elders of senior advocate Chief Michael Sekome, what he has done, what he did with advocacy, with argument in open court and outside the court. So we believe, one thing about this practice of law is simple. It's not a function of speaking grammar. It's not a function of grandstanding. It's a function of understanding the law and application of the law. Because that's what makes you a lawyer. A lawyer is a person who also understands the strategy to adopt. What happened yesterday happened as a surprise to everybody, including those who are waiting for us to come to them in cap in hand, begging for political solution. They are still in shock. But the most interesting part of it is the fact that the legislature of the Court of Appeal stated it unequivocally in open court yesterday that the judgment is based on the facts, laws, and materials presented before them.
Barrister, we are losing you there. Okay. We are losing you there again. I think he's having some challenges with his network, but we will actually find a way to bring him back because we have some important questions that we need to actually ask him. Okay, he will be back soon. So, those who are watching, you can actually probably, I know that some of you want to ask even a question, but we will see about that. If you put it so quickly on the comment section, I will help you to ask that question. So we are waiting for him to come back and he will be joining us back again. You know, the Zoo network is always frustrating. Zoo network is frustrating. Yes, welcome back, Barrister.
So the point that I'm having computed calls, minutes, seconds, hours here. So and obviously to be interjecting this program.
Oh,
so you have to bear with
yes.
me. People are calling me from all walks of life, every second minute of the day, to say one thing or that to me in correlation of what happened today, yesterday. So you bear with me, my brother. That's the situation I
No
find
problem.
myself as I speak to you. I can't even read text. I can't even read my WhatsApp messages. I can't even go to my Facebook to read comments.
I can
I'm
imagine how
humbled.
busy you
I'm
are.
humbled. I'm humbled and very, very grateful and eternally grateful to Umu Chineke for their solidarity, prayers, and support all through. I wouldn't have achieved this alone if not because of them. And I
Definitely.
remain ever grateful to you all. So yesterday, went to court in strong conviction, believing God that God will not disappoint us. Because this is a divine mandate and a divine mission. The work hasn't been done in open court. And we believe going home that the end product will be positive. We gave the court the materials they needed. We gave the court the laws they needed. We gave the court the facts they needed. And a lawyer who has provided these three fundamental items before the court will go home rest, knowing fully well I had a good case. And then at the end of the day, we came out victorious. However, I must commend the Lord Justice of the Court of Appeal for their courage. It takes courage to a judge to interpret laws in this country. It takes courage. It takes serious courage. And this judgment is not, it's a unanimous judgment.
I know that.
Of the judges concord, not concord. So it takes courage for them to see law and interpret it in the country, in this setting, contraption they call Nigeria. So without fear or favor, they were so emphatic and unequivocal in condemnation of the manner in which Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted in Kenya and consequently extraordinary rendition to Nigeria, in clear violation of relevant international laws and protocols to which Nigeria is a state party. So they were so emphatic. They classified the actions of the executive, the federal government, as executive recklessness. It was very
Yes.
emphatic on that, and they also classified. They also somehow reprimanded the lower court for turning a blind eye to such a very vital issue raised before her. That these are issues that, of course, has to determine and pronounce upon before taking further steps. And it is more so when the federal government never joined issues with us on the allegation that they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya and tortured him and consequently extraordinary rendition him to Nigeria without subjecting him to conventional extradition proceedings, which is what's recognized under the international laws, protocol, and treaties to which Nigeria is a state party. So the court was unequivocal in his condemnation, their condemnation of their actions for the federal government. So it takes courage for a judge to interpret the law based on the materials, based on the laws, based on the facts presented before the court. My brother, I must commend them. And it shows that we are getting it right in this country. We are getting it right. At least now, it's a clear demonstration of the fact that I can now beat my chest and tell you, and tell Biafrans, and tell the world that today the court of appeal is the court in Nigeria is the last hope of a common man. I can confidently say that from the standpoint of what happened in court yesterday. I must say that. Thank you so much, Mr. George.
Thank you very much. Even though I have been very skeptical about the court in Nigeria and still is because of this interference of the executive in their work. So I am actually still skeptical. I know that you know better than me, but within me and my experiences in that contraption, I am still skeptical about that court in Nigeria. So thank you very much for that, your wonderful analysis. I want to actually throw to you in this regard about Attorney General Malami and what all those things he's been writing. I know that you have addressed it, but I want to know if eventually, because they always play this game each time it comes to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that the court will deliver a verdict and give instruction for them to release him, they will flout it. If eventually they go through that route again, what do you think it is, something that you guys are going to explore in order to counter them in that regard?
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. We can hear you. Did you hear me?
And let me just explain this thing in the manner you understand, in the manner I wish I did this morning to people. But I'm bringing this law to a layman's level to appreciate the import of what we are doing in court.
It is very important.
Oh, sorry. The court of appeal yesterday allowed our appeal. And consequently, his lordship, not just appeal, made an order, what they call a declaratory order, an order directing for his immediate release, an order that is charging him. And let me limit myself to this point so you can appreciate. Let me take it one after the other. Now, the only option available to the federal government, I've discussed it in my opinion, legal opinion, surely. The only option available to them now is to challenge that decision on court of appeal. Now, and in challenging that decision in Supreme Court, before the Supreme Court of Nigeria, you must first of all comply with the order made by the lower court. You cannot be incompetent of the order made by the lower court. At the same time, be approaching, we find an appeal against that decision of the lower court to come appeal. The law says you must obey the order, obey before complain. So in this case, the declaratory order made by the court yesterday, directing them to release Nnamdi Kanu must be obeyed first. It was compliant. Then you cannot go to court of appeal to challenge the decision of the court. Are you getting me? So that's what the court says. Yeah. And as it stands today, and also in line with my legal opinions, submissions, that No court in Nigeria, not only federal high court in Abuja, can prosecute him, can try it as Nnamdi Kanu as he stands today. No court in this country can try him. Even court in Lagos, or court in Abuja, or court in Imo State, or court in Afaruku, or court in Katsina, or Sokoto, or Zamfara, or Kafanchan. Are you getting me? Or
Yeah.
Meduguri. So no court in this setting can try him again. That's the import of the decision of the Court of Appeal yesterday. So, and another was made for him to be released. Now, if you want to challenge the judgment, you can go to Supreme Court to challenge the judgment. But first of all, there must be a control compliance. Okay, let me make a reference. Let
Nigeria
me make a
network.
sorry, not network. Some people are calling. So let me make
Oh,
a reference to state to a case in point. I hope I'm still here.
yeah, you are here. You are here. Come on.
Sorry, it's cause. It's cause. Let me make a reference to case in point. Only a few weeks ago, Natural Industrial Court made an order directing the Academic Staff Union of Universities in Nigeria. This is interlocutory order, not order, not judgment of the court. Interlocutory order made interlocutory preliminary order court made before going into full trial. Here on the suit, made an order directing the directing the Academic Staff Union of Universities in Nigeria to suspend the call of their industrial action. Then, without obeying that order made by the National Industrial Court, the Academic Staff Union of Nigeria filed an appeal against that order before the Court of Appeal in Abuja here. Then when they got to Court of Appeal, the Court of Appeal said, no, go back, go and obey that order first. Obey the order before complain.
Complain.
So go back and obey the order made by the lower court before coming to me. That's that's position. You cannot be in contempt of a court order. Then you want to go to Supreme Court to appeal. No, you must obey the order court made. You cannot go to Supreme Court to appeal. Right? So the order of court must be obeyed. The order of court must be obeyed. And law is meant to be obeyed. Just like what the legislature of the Court of Appeal said yesterday. They said that the law is to be obeyed. Now, if you enter into an understanding, a treaty within the Commonwealth or OAU Convention, and sign the terms stipulated there as a state party, you are mandated to obey those terms. So agreements are entered into to be observed, to be obeyed. Orders are made to be obeyed. Laws are made to be obeyed. So that's what makes it a constitutional democracy. So what we are saying in effect and what will happen in effect is that federal government must release Nnamdi Kanu without we have gone for that judgment. Maybe in the next couple of hours they'll make it available to us. Once it is served on us, we'll have a copy of it. I will personally go and serve the DSS today, or they'll serve them, and I will give my client. That's all. But that order must be obeyed, and it is more so obedience to this order, compliance with this order, with some extent, salvage the battered image of this country. The country has been exposed to international ridicule and condemnation in the manner in which they went to another criminal manner in which they went to another country and have done the citizen of a Christian country and brought him to face a trial. Is this act of terrorism? The state has committed act of terrorism in accordance with their law, their own law. Their law, I have it here. They call it, it's called Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022. Under section 23F of that order. I will read it for you. Let me read it for you. That order said that the this
Believe he's having calls again. You know, you can imagine.
this act, this law, this act of National Assembly, put into law this year. When you don't get the act of terrorism, listen to me, to include the act of terrorism means
The enemies, what he is saying here, it is something to show you that Nigeria, you see, Nigeria, we are going to expect him back because he's having a lot of calls. His phone line is actually busy. He's supposed to join us maybe an hour ago, but we have to delay it because of this commitment and the phone calls. So this is exactly what we were saying. that these people you see, each time they come out there, you know, they will be acting as if they know the law that they are actually working with. Just like Attorney General Malami, a court issued a verdict that you have to actually allow the rule of law to uphold. Okay, we have him back.
So
We will continue.
sorry, my brother. Bear with me. Bear with me.
No,
It's not
you don't
enemies.
need
It's not
you
enemies.
don't need to apologize. I understand the situation where you are right
Enemies are
now.
not enemies. Enemies cannot even have access to me. It's the fact that people are calling me. It's not enemies. They can't even have access to this phone. So the point is that
Definitely.
I'm trying to define what act of terrorism means in accordance with section 2(3) of the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022 of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, official gazette. Now, their law define act of terrorism as follows. The act of terrorism means an act willfully performed with the intention of furthering an ideology, whether political, religious, racial, and ethnic, and which also include under 3F. Let me read this into you. Which also includes where the state, in this case the federal government, violate the provisions of any international treaty or resolution to which Nigeria is a party, subject to the provisions of Section 12 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999. Now, what it has shown is that by violating African Charter of Human and People's Rights, Article 14, 12.4, then by also violating
This one is network from his side, I believe.
okay, by violating also Extradition Act of 2004, by also violating OAU Convention Charter, which Nigeria entered into. Now, by also violating other extant international conventions and protocol, which Nigeria is a state party. The Nigerian government has, by virtue of this law I just read out now, committed act of terrorism against Onyenduma Nnamdi Kanu, which is also enforceable in court of law. So this is a case for another day. We'll get to that level. But the point that what's on hand now, what we are discussing in the Fed now, is the fact that the federal government of Nigeria should do the honorable thing by what? By complying immediately with the judgment of the Court of Appeal, which directed for Nnamdi Kanu's immediate and unconditional release, and which has in effect discharged him of the frivolous, bogus, and small screen charge filed against him. So they must and they shall, as a matter of urgency and without any further ado, comply with the provisions with the order of the Court of Appeal, a superior court of record. So this is where we are now, and when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. In the next couple of minutes, the judgment will be handy. We'll serve them and ensure that he's out as quick as possible and immediately.
Okay, thank you very much. And I hope that our people heard it correctly. So, because he talked about Section 3F, violation of the all those structures that like
Section 2 sub 3F of
okay,
Terrorism
Section
Prevention 2 sub 3F of
yes.
Terrorism Prevention and the Provision Act of 2022, the law made by the federal government. By virtue of this section of the law, the federal government is not expected to violate any international treaty, conventions, and protocols. And if they do that, if that is done, they have committed offense of terrorism. And by abduction and the abduction of Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya and his extraordinary rendition to Nigeria against this international in egregious violation of this international protocol, laws and treaties, the federal government has committed act of terrorism against Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is by virtue of this law a victim of terrorism. And in the fullness of time, we challenge this law, we challenge this act of terrorism in court of the Nigerian court. But what we're talking about now, because we have other cases against the federal government, what we're talking about now is for the federal government to immediately obey and comply with the order made by the Court of Appeal yesterday without further ado. There's no condition attached to that. They have the right of appeal to Supreme Court. They can go to Supreme Court. But that order court, that declaration court made yesterday must be obeyed, because it cannot be in contempt of court order and be going to Supreme Court. And Supreme Court will chase him back to go and comply with order of court. Thank you so much, and remember, my brother. God bless you.
Okay, thank you very much. So which means Nigeria violated Kenya protocols or extradition protocols. So has Kenya come in, to the party yet? Maybe to ask what was Nigeria doing in their soil? Did they actually make that move at all?
Hello, sorry, his network is bad. It's bad.
Okay. Yes, what you said about act of terrorism, which Nigeria acted it in Kenya soil. In Kenya soil. So has Kenya come into the party yet?
The fact that is what makes the case the worst. I mean, Nigerian government. Mr. George Money, let me tell the world now at this point in time. Let me also tell Biafrans at this point in time. As I speak to you today, as I grant this interview as at this moment, in the eyes of the Kenyan laws, Nnamdi Kanu is still in their soil. He's still in their soil. Because they said they never knew about his removal from their country. He's containing the ability to file in the country, in their court. And also, they admitted that Nnamdi Kanu was legally admitted to their country. And stated the dates and time he was legally admitted to the country. At the point he was removed from the country, they're not away. So, in the eyes of the Kenyan law, Nnamdi Kanu is still in their country today, as I speak to you. So, they have carefully and smartly exonerated themselves as not being party to this conspiracy. We know they are party. We know they are party to this conspiracy, because it wouldn't have been possible if they didn't as in participated in the collaborated with the Nigerian government in the criminal action act and in the criminal act of terrorism committed against Nnamdi Kanu. They were part of it. But we are speaking law and we are talking law now.
Yes, okay. In that regard, Kenya, I believe they have a change of leadership. I believe that if we want to follow this case in Kenya, don't you think we are going to actually, gain momentum from Kenya now that they have changed that, administration which work in cahoot with Nigerian government to act this terrorism, against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? Do you think anything is obtainable
Well,
from Kenya?
the fact, let me say this to you once again. I already said it to the media. Many international courts, I will not mention them for reasons personal to me. I believe in strategy, working strategy. Now, many international courts which we have approached, which will have various processes and applications before them, they are waiting for a time like this to come up. They are waiting for a definite pronouncement by Nigerian court to enable them take serious and decisive action, legal action against the Nigerian government. So, and now that pronouncement, long-awaited pronouncement, has come. Daniel has come to judgment. What I'm telling you is that even the Kenya cannot escape it now, because the court has found the actions and inactions of our government condemnable and in gross violation of extant laws. Now, Kenya government must tell us how someone that they legally admitted into their territory escaped, was removed without being noticed. And it's more so when Nnamdi Kanu was flew. He passed through the airport. He was not crossed through the border. He was not smuggled through the border. He passed through the airport. They brought him here through private jet. So the point that we'll get to that and cross it. I may not be able to dwell much on this because it has to do with it's a subjudice. The matter is subjudice. And this aspect of matter is also subjudice. So let me don't dwell much on it. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, and I understand that part that you say it is sub judice. And the next question I have for you quickly before we go, it is, do you think, what is your take on this case against the Nigeria government over the extrajudiciously killing the 28 persons in Afaruku Bake in their quest to actually to kill Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, which I will call it attempted murder on attack on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Do we still have that case in place?
Thank you so much. Sorry, my brother. Sorry, my brother.
It's
When you're
okay.
stopping them, they're calling you. So, are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you. Did you get the
I will
question,
give
or
you
should
a
I
clear.
rephrase?
No, I'm with you. I will give you a clear example of this. The names of those involved has been articulated. They are not 28. They are more than 28 persons, and they have independent action apart from the one which has been concluded by the High Court of Abia State. So they are going to, and a class action will be initiated on their behalf. The identities, names, and particulars was what actually. Hello. Sorry, but
Yes.
I'll soon be done. I'll soon be done. So the particulars of those involved in this, the victims of this massacre, the addresses and names, to some extent, contributed largely to the delay. But today we have been able to get the entire names of those. So, sorry, my brother. So now, having assembled the names, the particulars of these victims of 14th September 2017 massacre at Afaro Kuibeku, an independent action is going to be lodged against the federal government and Nigeria for carrying out this genocide. So I'll stop at here. Because when I'm taking legal actions, or when I'm
Yes,
working
yes.
out.
I understand. I understand. I understand. You don't need to explain.
So I'll stop at here. So
And
I
plus,
can
we
assure you.
also have.
I can assure you, in summary, I can assure you that justice will be done to them. We get justice for them. I can assure
Thank
you,
you.
in summary.
That
We
is
get justice. Thank
that
you.
is very important. That is very important to Biafrans, because I understand when you say, when you are taking legal action, you don't want to disclose your formation and tactics, because we also have infiltrators. So we
Sure, sure.
Amaronda Neze in this regard.
Yeah, yeah,
So, and
yeah, yeah.
barrister, and the last question will be, what will you tell those resolute Biafrans who has been, supporting the leadership structure and working according to in line with the instruction of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? What do you tell them in this day?
I am eternally grateful to them. I will say this without any fear or equivocation. I recognize them today in my press briefing this morning, not because of anything, but they may not know what they've done to me. I know the kind of blackmail, tribulations, and emotional onslaught I passed through in the hands of those who supposed to be supporting me, in the hands of those who supposed to be appreciating me, in the hands of those who supposed to be praying for us. But instead, they were ferociously working against us. By extension, working against the release of Mazinalika. They know themselves. And I am eternally grateful to media warriors for their work. I wouldn't have done it alone. We wouldn't have done it alone, because you understand what emotional stress is all about. And when you are writing legal works, and someone is somewhere every day calling your names, someone is somewhere every day doing all this possible within his reach to ensure that he blackmail you. Every day calling
I can
out your name for providing, furnishing false information to the public about you, accusing you falsely of what you never did. You know what I mean? If media warriors are not there, I can't be able to cope. I can't cope. But they were there taking the bullet for me. I commended them, including you. Iken Guruago is exceptional. Darlington is exceptional. You also exceptional. So I commended them. More especially the leadership. Chike does them. I can't thank them enough. And also the admonition from William Dumas Nanikano. Nade has continued to tell me every day. I complain to him. He says, Ejiofor, I don't want us to discuss this matter again. Ejiofor, just do all you can. Let me come out. It's my fight, not your fight. And let me. Nade has details of what they're doing. He has clear details. They will not know. He has every information of all the atrocities they are doing. How they are calling my names. How they are blackmailing me. Those that think they don't. They know. He has everything they're doing. But he asked me to remain quiet. Quiet. He asked me to remain silent, that in the fullness of time, you address it, and to remain focused. And I listen to him. I listen to him because I know that if I give attention to those characters, those idiots who want nothing, who has lost total relevance in the scheme of things, if I give attention to them, I'll be derailed. And I never give attention to them. At some point, they started attacking Ozokome. They started this buffoon started attacking Ozokome. Look at them.
You saw that.
Attacking the most erudite advocate of Nigeria. Who are them to attack him? Upon effort they made to frustrate this man, they did everything possible to frustrate him. But the man stood firm and said no. I won't go into details, but they will hear it in the course of time. When Onyedumba come out, they were attacking him. Who are there to attack Chief Michael Zekome, a former advocate in Nigeria, who is a complete and this man. Let me just go to details. The part that I thank the media world. I thank Umuchineke. I thank them. I am so proud of them. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of leadership. And because if you gave me the needed support to achieve this feat. If not for you, people, I will not get here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We saw that coming. That is the reason why we actually, pull up our socks. Because Mazen Namdekano actually told us this before he left. He said that it is time for us to put our brain in gear to endure and persevere what the enemy is going to throw at us. That is the word I heard. I said, now, this is my fight. I must join. So, I can imagine how they wanted to frustrate you guys, how they wanted to bring your spirit down to discourage you. So, at the end of the day, they failed. And they will continue to fail. And we believe that very soon our leader will be joining us and all these criminals will be flushed out. That is when we will give them IPOB treatment. Because we were actually trying to mitigate all these, attacks and the discouragement. We were trying to mitigate it. We have not given them IPOB treatment yet, which is to come in weeks and months to come. Okay, the last question is that when our leader come out, will he have any restriction?
No, we didn't go into the details of his coming out. I will not discuss this part with you. We want to make everything, and let me use the opportunity to beg our people. Let them stop writing about when it's coming out and what is happening. You'll be hearing it and it will happen. It will come out. Right. And everything about his coming out and movement will remain private. But one day, if we start encountering difficulty in getting me out, I'll let the public, I'll allow the public and I'll allow the world. But as at now, let's allow the legal team to manage about his coming out.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful.
Thank you. So that's what I work. So I'll pray. I'll crave the indulgence of Umuchineke to allow the legal team to manage everything about his coming out, his movement till now, till when he properly situates in an environment he will talk to you people or thanks or even good to people. But for now, allow us to handle it because even the bias na ihe bu ọka balance egbe ke say babaloko. And we are going to, as time continue, those that said are not being updated about what we are doing, we are going to blank them out totally now as we progress because they won't know anything again about anything we are doing. Pending when he's free and get a place he will address and talk to his people, the people that work for him, pray for him. So there will be a total blackout now. They will see what they call blackout in the coming days. They will not hear anything from me. Thank God bless you.
Thank you very much for acknowledging this call once again. It was on a short notice. I always get you on a short notice, but my apologies for that. And I believe that next time we are going to get you, it is when we will be sending you our gratitude for your job well done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for joining us. And remember,
thank you. God bless you. And you too.
Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. So that is Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, our able, reliable, and formidable barrister. You know, he started this journey. You know, there is a saying that says that the journey of 1,000 miles will always start with one step. So that is exactly what that how he started with one foot. Now we are almost in the position to accomplish this journey. And I know that we are going to accomplish it in no distance time. And we are going to give testimony and we are going to give praise to Elohim Chukwokike Abiama, because it is the land of Elohim upon the face of the planet that we are working tirelessly to actually achieve. And his praise and his altar, the new Jerusalem, will be built for him in his land, that we will call him our father. He will call us his children once more, and we will reconcile with our God in the land of Biafra, because that reconciliation something very important. We are having a call. Maybe we are going to take one or two calls. The caller on the line, your name and where you're calling from, please.
Good afternoon here. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, my brother George Money. I much appreciate you for the good job that you are doing for France. I salute our able barrister that just left now. We appreciate you. Money, I thank you for your time, for bringing our barrister in your platform to speak to Biafrans. Thank you once more again. I remain your brother C2. I'm calling you from a location at the moment. Our job is to direct our people so that they will not be convinced by all these infiltrators. Now, I believe that the whole world have heard it from our able barrister, sir, Ifeanyi Ejiofor. May God be with you. Now that Biafrans have heard it from his mouth, all the infiltrators, may Chukwuka punish them and their entire family. All these infiltrators that took the advantage because of how he was kidnapped, and they come out in social media, start trying to take glory where they did not sow. They came out to try to deflate the attention of our people, and they not only that, they make our people die in their pool of blood. Mazi George Money, there is a woman that sells fish. Someone killed this woman, him and his dogs. The woman was murdered. But I have vowed, a woman that sells crayfish, a widow, was going to sell his crayfish. He was murdered. And one of the guys have been caught. We have interrogated him and he have told us, he made it clear, we are not going to leave this job only for DOS. We are doing our own. I bet Biafrans that this paper in my Finland will pay the price. Because he thought, because Mazi was kidnapped, and then he come out on social media, causing trouble in Biafra land, making our people going against themselves, making all sort of rubbish on social media, because he wants to become king. He wants to become king. He wants to be known. If you want to be known, they know you as a good thing, not as a bad thing. But he has made himself to be known as evil, as enemy of Biafrans. And besides, let me tell Biafrans one thing you need to know. Pretend there as Ngibo. Biafrans, you should know when your enemy put on your traditional aware and pretend to be one of you. This is what happened to Biafrans now. This idiot, I was the one was asking question in any platform. He should tell us where he came from. And we investigate. He came from a Bible. I'm pretending to be an Igbo man, and then they send him to come and be killing. What Nigeria stands for is to kill Igbo. You know, Maz, you know me, I made it clear. Nigeria agenda is to kill in people. Like as you said, they have never stopped the war of 1967. They are still pulling trigger. But believe me, Maz, you see this time around, we are going to do everything possible, everything. If it's taking us to go to jail everywhere in Biafra, all over the whole world, to hunt everybody that kill Biafrans, we will do it. And Nigeria, the Biafrans you are seeing now, our fathers have done their best. But this generation, we have signed, we don't have life to live. And we must surely get our freedom. Mazi, I will leave it here, and I appreciate you once more for your good job. Thank you, all the whole media warriors that put on this fight, because I know that the mistake we did is to allow Ahmadike to went to the platform of this criminal to be interviewed. And I called my people, I said, we have made a mistake. And that was that mistake, because I knew that this guy just wanted to be known. If you look at it, anywhere Mazen Namdekanu goes, he will go there. Immediately Masanga interview Mazen Namdekanu, he runs here to bring Masanga. Immediately, you can see what was he doing? He's trying to deceive our people. He bring Bruce friend. He do all these things. He was indirectly buying his way to our people, buying his way, and he succeed to deceive the ones he deceived. And some of the idiots die because of Samanepa, living large in Finland, drinking champagne. Do you know why he came out? People say, don't watch him. Except people are dissecting his rubbish. He came out they say he was dancing yesterday, that he has been informed. You know why he did what he did yesterday? You remember the last time Mazo was supposed to release?
I saw that drama, I saw that drama when I noticed that, look, you could see even that he's dancing, forcing to smile, forcing himself to smile.
You can, Mazi, if you remember the last time that Mazo was supposed to be released,
yes,
he said he told his gullible followers that he's going on the ground to do his job. He was actually running, yes, but he knew that he cannot do it on this one. That is why he put on that show.
Because that one has expired.
Yes, we are smarter than these idiots. I said these people are just COVID-19 during pandemic that everybody was sitting at home. They now all these idiots that live in Europe that don't have work. They don't know what they are doing in Europe. They are even some of them don't even know where they came from. They see the opportunity. They send all these idiots. Mazi, imagine if Mazi Chena Samuru would have fallen for Nelly Ofebu by now. Mazi, just think about it. What do you think could have happened to IPOD in Biafra land?
Disaster.
Imagine if Mazi Chena Samuru could have fallen for Nelly Ofebu. Do you know what Samanepa could have been done? Samanepa was sitting in Europe. Before you go to Biafra land, they will charge you. He will charge you and he will pay you. These are the things our people did not know. I want Mazinam Bekano to come out and tell the whole world what Samanepa has been doing. Samanepa will go and kidnap a businessman, and then he will charge them through his voice. And people did not know. People think we lie. We don't lie. We don't know what this guy was doing. What he was doing is trying to set up militia in our
There is one Efulefu, which I know is Simon Epa, maybe. Hold on, there is one Efulefu here on the YouTube. His name is Chomps. He said, Judge Money, show me your jubilation action. Mad people everywhere. Is it how stupid these people is? How, stupid these people are? You want me, so it is all, when I start dancing, and hypocritical dancing, like Berima in Finland, you don't know the epitome of hypocrisy is what he presented yesterday. That was exactly what he presented yesterday. You don't know. In as a chums, whatever you call yourself. If you live, go let him be using.
You don't have to disturb yourself because of all these people, because they have used the battle already. So sorry for cutting you. Let us.
Mazi Dada, hold on. C2 is finalizing. C2, please use like 30 seconds to finalize so that he comes in.
Yes, Mazi, we promise Biafrans we should mark today's date. Samanepa will pay.
Of course.
For the people he has killed in Biafra land, both the innocent women and men, And the people he convinced just because Mazen Namdekano came to his platform. And then he used it. I told people that Samaneba was the reason why Mazi wasn't released all this while, because he was feeding lies to the world, and he was indirectly working with DSS. This guy, we know, he just, but it's Ejiofor just give you a hint of it now. He was working with DSS.
I know.
That know. But at the end of the day, we are promising Samaneba that Mazen Namdekan is already at UV out. And then I want Mazi to judge him by himself.
Definitely.
Then we will follow. Then we will tell Mazen Namdekan to step aside. We will follow Samaneba to the last. We will must to make him pay. Mazi, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much. Mazid Ezedada, please come in. Come in. Introduce yourself. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, Mazi, thank you very much. Thank you very much. My name is Mazi Ezedada Biafra. I greet everyone, the lovers of freedoms. I greet you all, and my special thanks to our Hamadike ones, because it's a very great job and great joy in the midst of every new IPOB freedom fighter. Especially my warm greeting to most of all of you. My warm greeting to all of you that make sure that the voice of the criminals and the saboteurs and the infiltrators are not coming out again.
Are you calling?
I thank you all. I hope I'm coming out. I thank you all.
Hello,
I thank the able leadership who headed by Mazichika Edoziem for their wonderful job towards this restoration of Biafra. And also thank my brother Situ. It has been long. I have followed Mazi Georgia because of some certain strategies of things that hold me up. Yeah, I have some, but it's not what I will coming out here to express. So my point of coming here this evening, Mazi, is about the infiltrators and those Efulefu that have been following infiltrators. Thank you to my Nnaochie, our able barrister, Sir Ifeanyi Ejiofor. I really appreciate him this afternoon for the clarifications to the Biafrans all over the world. He really made a point for those Efulefu, all those people that really dance with Simon Ekpa. For me, I call them those that have a brain linkage, because I really understand that my father once told me that a Igbo man always reason and think twice before doing anything he wants to do. But whenever you see a Fulani man, they always reason and thinking, directing without thinking about the repercussion of what it will result. That is the word those people that are following these infiltrators. And that is also what Simon Ekpa is performing in the midst of the Biafrans, who really fall emotionally love to that man without knowing that a freedom fighter never participates in anything politics, because what we are fighting, the cause we are fighting, is life and death. Many have passed through on this. But sometimes when I see those people that always showing their emotionally love to this criminal, I pity for them. Our able barrister said something this afternoon, and I believe that thing will get to the scores of the FLF and the infiltrators. Those that keep on asking, what did DOS do? I believe yesterday is a clear evidence to show the world about the people that are fighting for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the people that are fighting for the restoration of Biafra. Yesterday is a clear message to the infiltrators and those of their followers, those members of the idiots that donate their brains for the fundraising. Yesterday is a remarkable day for them to know where they are. They're supposed to, if they are really reasoning as an Igbo person, I believe yesterday, they will really understand the mindset and the games that Simon Ekpa plays into IPOB, which he never be a part of IPOB. Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Hold it there. We have a caller on the line. Let's bring him in to speak. The caller on the line, you have 2 minutes, please. Utilize that 2 minutes, please. Our time is running out. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mazi. Good morning for the opportunity to talk and to contribute on your program. I watch you a lot. And thank you very much for inviting our able barrister. I don't know how you got him. I was actually surprised that you were able to get him because I know he will be busy today. God bless you for that. You see, in fact, yesterday, in the midst of the jubilation, I was almost weeping when I saw on Facebook market women in Biafra and dancing. That tells the effect, and that tells the hope that Mazi is carrying on his shoulder, the hopes of people that is carrying on his shoulder. And in fact, what happened yesterday? See, I like to listen to Madam Hedda that you always invite to your program. She will always say it's God. It's God. Because the zoo that we know that they are in charge of their judiciary. In fact, after that, the court yesterday, I still couldn't believe that the zoo court actually gave this judgment. And that's to tell you that
we
it's God.
compel them to do so.
The judgment until now I can imagine more the real. Is this real? And to talk about, I don't want to talk about Eberima because if we had Eberima yesterday, you will see that according to Ife, she will say the animal you kill, you never cut the head finish, you put them for back. You know that about it. And in fact, what you noticed yesterday, one guy gave him his super chat of $1. The guy provoked. He dropped the guy. He told the guy he's not a hungry guy. Why would you give him $1?
Well, the super chat is supposed to start reducing to $1 now. I saw that dance when he was forcing himself to smile. He was actually looking like a monkey, forcing himself to dance, to smile.
He looks so short.
I want people to actually compare that dance to when he was dancing Buga. Look at his facial expression when he was dancing Buga, because fundraising paid that day. He was dancing Buga. Check that facial expression. He was dancing Buga on TikTok. He was wearing yellow and yellow. On YouTube, check it, the facial expression. You check now the facial expression of when he was forcing it. I must smile because my followers will know what is going on. When I look at it, I say, look at this fool. You are just giving yourself a job for no reason. Who need your smile? He was forcing it. I want you to compare those two videos. Then you will actually determine which one is smile and which one is forcing smile. Mazi Dada, please come in and finalize.
Yeah, Mazi, Judge Money, thank you very much. Yeah, my brother just recalled me back. But let me first of all point out that direction I want to go, that particular place. Yeah, Mazi. Yeah, Mazi, Judge Money. I hope I'm coming clearly. So, Mazi, what I'm saying is that our barrister, able barrister, Sir Ifeanyi Ejiofor pointed something. I was busy listening to Mr. Ifeanyi Ejiofor when he was busy commending the people that helped this victory we have yesterday to be a successful one. I didn't hear Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor say Ekperima do this. All these infiltrators and saboteurs do this. But later, when he was saying something, he figured out Mazi Chika Edoziem, who Ekperima was busy telling his followers that they are criminals. Now, Ekperima is trying yesterday to jubilate so that the people that contributed fundraising will not ask about their money because, you know, if he acted the way he acted the days we went to Brussels of Belgium, then we actually know exactly what happened. But I want the Biafrans to keep asking Mazi, to keep asking Ekperima, where is their stand? Those people that he connived to fight the DOS and connived to fight the struggle to make sure that our leader will be convicted to the crime that he doesn't committed. Where are they standing now? They laughing and they dancing, which they are busy forcing themselves yesterday. Are they dancing for the victory of someone they are trying to convict in a crime which they are not, which he didn't committed? Or is he rejoining from the victory of the same barristers who they said that they are compromising on the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? This is the question I want. This is the question I want his followers. All those people they use their brain to contribute to conduct a fundraising because you know they cannot answer a question. For me, he can. I was once with Ekperima in Biafran Dependent Forum. Even the day our leader anchored Ekperima is by the help of one of us, who live in Germany, that made it possible for Ekperima to anchor our leader. The same way our leader said that we should listen to Ekperima, the same way our leader urged the Biafrans to listen to Dr. Chuba Ayaba from Ambazania. Then, has Chuba Ayaba come into the IPOB to destroy IPOB? Have they ever had Chuba Ayaba? Or have you ever had Omote TV? Iken Guruago? Most of you, million warriors that have been fighting these infiltrators, have you had you people dragging to the leadership? Didn't them hear our leader mention all these names the day he mentioned Simon Ekpe? Why are there on difference? Because they want to digest the bribe, the money they collected from the zoo. That is the reason. See these people that are choking from one corner to other, from one corner to other. But these people refuse to ask a question. For the beginning, I still reminded you, I said I reminded you that thing in your broadcast here. When some of the people that are following Ekperima, because you know there are some people that reason normal as a human being, vacated from that place because they know they are not following the real point. They ask Ekperima, Oga, this thing you are you doing in the name of Nnamdi Kanu when he trying to force it at home? He said, no, whenever I move to this is the time. We are waiting for our leader to come out by today or because I know from now on our leader will be out. Then we will give them the treat of IPOB because these people, assuming the DOS scared of these people and pour victory to these people, where are we going to be today? Are we supposed to be rejoicing as we are rejoicing today? If the plans of Neri and the Ekperima by Charles, most of them.
Oh, I will remind Biafrans of such plans.
If they succeeded, assuming these people succeeded, are we going to die jubilating today? I see the easy of their argument where is your jubilating post. We are not here to tell people what we are. Only people will talk about the work we are doing. We are not here to impress people because in a freedom fighter, it's not meant to be impressing people, but it's meant to protect people. So why are these people keep on, or are they tired? I saw the tweet handed of Ekperima this afternoon saying that every federal government, all this thing because they have nothing to offer people again. They are scared. They are scared because the only way and the only person they used to scam people in the name of fundraising is now free from the hands of the government of Nigeria. So they are scared now. So what they are doing now is for them to be friendly to the people so that people will not notice their atrocity, but we know them. And the judgment days has approaching so fastly because all of them must face the consequence of what they committed in our land and against our people. Because whenever I remember what these people are doing, it pains me a lot. It pains me a lot because when I look at the innocent blood massacred every day in our land, for example, let us reason it. For example, as people that have brains, if these people that find this idiot to have brains, they're supposed to reason. I saw Ebelima come out in the social media, tell people that the government, they have formed the government in exile. Now the government of the politicians are not the problems of the Biafrans. Who are the problems? Who invite the massacre in the house of our leader? Who are the people that invite the military to come
Mazi Dada, let me
I'm
remind
telling you.
Biafrans of the lies that Ekperima lied again. Ekperima came
Yeah.
to the media a few days ago. He said the legal team informed him that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to court today. That was what he said, right? Now you ask yourself, which legal team informed Simon Ekpa? Because
That's
that
the
was what
question.
he said. That the
That's the
legal
question.
team informed him that Mazi is going to court yesterday.
Because Simon Ekpa doesn't get an information, and that's why the reason you see Simon Ekpa disgrace himself on the 11th of
But
this month.
this coward that are following him does not decode those lies when he tell it.
Hmm. That's the reason he disgraced himself on the 11th of this month by trying to force sit at home and telling people that our leader will be in court. Why the legal teams have come out and said that it's not necessary for our leader to be in court. But that day, Chukwu Okike Abiyama, who we called in the night, in morning and the afternoon, disgraced him in the front of the
Okay,
whole world.
that reminds me, had it been indeed that the legal team told him, what you're supposed to ask him, all this efule writing junk. Let's assume that the legal team, whoever that is the legal team that told him, or the DSS, because that was the DSS who told him, I know. So we are just playing a devil advocate. Had it been that the legal team told him what is always this Perima doing for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu whenever he's going to court is to call sit at home, right? So that he
Yeah.
will cause chaos. Now,
Yes.
how come Perima did not come out to say tomorrow is sit at home, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to court? The final judgment is taking place. But he claimed that the legal team told him. He could
Man. Ebelima doesn't have an information. He have been waited for the Umutuku lighter or waited for the IPOB million warriors to come out and say that. But by special grace of God, most of you use wisdom to follow him, no information. Before, when the information came, he came very late, which that he can never come out to order sit at home again. That's why you see him silent, because they have nothing to do again. And that
exactly.
reminded me something. Could you remember the day you invited Pastor Ejiofor, the day he was ordained as a knight? Do you remember
Yes,
that day
the
you
day
invited
he
him?
was the day of his university teacher, which is the day
Yes.
of yes, of night of I know when he was they crowned him knight.
Yeah. Simon Ekpa said that day that Ifeanyi Ejiofor was compromised, that he's not meant to be IPOB.
I have that video. Let me play it, please. Let me play it. Let me play that video while we are still at it. Let me play it.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. The liberation of Biafra. This evening, I have come to address a very important strike, which I call the last strike of the Fulani Caliphate. Yesterday, Biafrans all over the world were thrown in disarray. The interview granted by Barrister Ejiofor, the former lead counsel of the indigenous people of Biafra, representing and defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. The interview and the utterances of Barrister Ejiofor is totally unacceptable. And I have not come here to attack Barrister Ejiofor, but I have come here to address Barrister Ejiofor as a civil man, civilized man that I am, and a man who knows what is right and what is wrong, a man who can make decision on his own, a man who knows what he wants, a man who knows what the community, the nation of Biafra want at this point, a man who can make a decision that will facilitate the release and unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a man who listens to people, a man who listens to both child, adult, and elderly people. I did not come here.
Before we continue, there is this guy on YouTube called Sky CS. Sky CS, I know that you are commenting constructive comment that you are using. I hate people who are snakes. You know, you are snake, even you are writing it is, you know, but you cannot come to be writing junk, right? Like for over 1 year we have been attacking this guy. Until now nothing happened to him. In my own opinion, the only person who can defeat Simon is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself. You are writing junk, you are writing nonsense, and if you write this nonsense one more time I will block you. I know that you are autopilot, you are Simon Epa. If you write this rubbish again, that is how you people will start rating your short self next to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You cannot fit in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's shoe, Simon Epa. You cannot fit in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's shoe. You are there writing. You are the only we have been attacking him. We should wait. It is only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that will himself that will defeat him. You are a fool. You are a coward. You are a bigot. That's what you are. If you write junk one more time here, I will block you off this YouTube. Let us continue, because I know all of you being constructive, all of you are chameleons. You are not bold enough to come and say what you have to say. Cowards everywhere. Please,
To also
continue.
romance and mince my word, I have come to say the record very, very straight. Before going forward, those of you listening from Biafra land on the voice of Biafra 97.5 FM, live and direct in Biafra land, I tell you good evening from here. We have listened to Barrister Ejiofor, and like I said, it has become imperative to address him and address the interview he granted probably yesterday, the 13th day of February or a day after. I am not very sure which day that interview was
How will
granted.
you be very sure?
Where Barrister Ejiofor decided to mingle into the Biafra affair. And I want Biafra people to understand that Barrister Ejiofor is just doing his job as a lawyer. Barrister Ejiofor is doing his job. His job is to represent Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and whoever that is paying him to represent Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he represent and speak for the best interest of such group. We have also informed the lawyers that as far as this struggle is concerned, as far as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, as far as the legal team has been humiliated by the Nigeria state, as far as the right of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been breached with impunity, irrespective of the lawyers, having no regard for the constituted authority, having no regard for the Constitution of Nigeria, having no regard for the Constitution and the international treaties of which Nigeria state is signatory to, having no regard to the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have a lawyer in the name of Barrister Ejiofor. The first day he appeared in court in Nigeria, Barrister Ejiofor was not informed. The first day he was dragged and brought. I have waited, and I was expecting this to happen after the court, but it happened earlier. I was expecting this particular interview, this particular last fight that Barrister Ejiofor granted this interview. I was expecting that interview, towards the end of this month. And that's why I have always said that the criminals in DOS who have breached and who are treacherous in everything they do for Biafra restoration, that their end will be the end of this month. Because I was expecting Barrister Ejiofor to grant that interview by the end of September.
Okay, before we continue, let me show you the end of the DOS. Let me show you.
Of their own election.
Mazi, thank you. Thank you very much for playing this video. We are continuing.
On this note, thank you very much. From today going forward, people in Biafra land must not take any order from the DOS.
The APC
Any order
PDP.
Give, for example, if they come to say, okay, we are declaring sit at home for Biafra people because Mazi Nnamdi has not been released. Of course, we know that sit at home is something that everybody likes. So what we do is that we will come and we reorder that order. It's not going to.
So let's continue.
Today, it has happened that this interview came earlier, like I didn't expect, and without wasting any time, I will address Barrister Ejiofor.
This is the reason why I touch this place. This is the reason why I want you to touch this place. Now, let us address this issue now. Simon Ekpa, in all this analysis, he made the analysis. Now, who is the same barrister that informed Simon Ekpa about the release of our...
Let's play it further. There are places I want him to... There are things he needs to talk about. I want him to talk about it before we talk about it. Let me see.
Okay.
Said, I want Biafrans to understand that I will be coming from a different perspective. For those who are expecting me to begin to lash Barrister Ejiofor and to tear him apart and to expose him and to disgrace him and to reduce him to nobody on media, believe me, I may disappoint you today, but you will not be disappointed completely. I want Biafrans to understand that Barrister Ejiofor is doing his job. His house has been attacked twice, assassination attempt, and people have been killed in the quest for his involvement in representing the indigenous people of Biafra and Mazi Nnamdi. People have been slaughtered in his home. His home has been burnt. And what I have come to tell you now is there are consequences. And the consequences is very, very clear. The consequences of Barrister Ejiofor involvement in Biafra, representing the indigenous people of Biafra, and on live TV to threaten us, it didn't work. They threatened all the people in Biafra land to kill them, and it didn't work. They unleashed Nigeria police, the DSS, the army against our people. It didn't work. So, and people have been campaigning and asking questions. What can they do to stop Simon Ekpa? Some people suggested that why can't Barrister Ejiofor go to our leader and let our leader pronounce Simon Ekpa, that Simon Ekpa has been sacked and Simon Ekpa is not part of them and this and that. And a lot of people suggested that, how can they do that? Because Simon Ekpa is not a member of IPOB, according to them. Simon Ekpa is not an OT member and all that. So there must be a way to scuttle the activity of the disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is what you see today. They have failed, and I'm going to tell you today that the shot Ejiofor fired, he fired it at the wrong target. I've always tell people, when you live in a glass house, do not throw stone. When you live in a glass house, do not throw stone. When you throw stone, the stone may land at one of the glass and got the glass broken. Like I said, I always respect people, especially those that I respect. I respect them so much. I always give them what I call offer in Igbo language, justice, fairness, equity. When Asaridu Kubo came and started attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the entire Eastern Security Network and IPOB on social media, it was as a result of agreement that Ejiofor went into with Asaridu Kubo and Wazurike. A lot of Biafrans.
Don't forget, I told you guys, this guy is working with Asaredo Kubo and Wazurika. Don't forget, we cannot deviate from there. You see, when they started their communications. So don't forget, that's what I think I might remind you. Pay attention.
Questioned such agreement. A lot of Biafrans said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never have anything to do with Asarido Kubo. And when you look at it, you know that is correct. When you look at it, you know that is absolutely correct. So the question you should be asking yourself.
So, who told you now that there was engagement between Ejiofor, Asaredo Kubo, and Wazurike? Who now told you about it? Everything that we have said to you, I hope you will confirm them in no distance time. Everything that I have said to you about this guy, you will confirm them at no distance time. Remember, I told you he charged Andrew back. He charged Andrew back 1 billion naira to boycott Anambra State election. He told Andrew, but bring 1 billion naira, we'll boycott Anambra State election for you. You believe it was a joke? Okay, let's continue.
It's you today that know that our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, can never have anything to do with Asarido Kubo. Why did Barrister Ejiofor went into agreement with Asarido Kubo? The other question you should be asking yourself as we address this particular issue is, if Barrister Ejiofor went into agreement with Asarido Kubo, like Asarido Kubo claimed, or that he didn't go into agreement with Asarido Kubo, like Asarido Kubo claimed, did Barrister Ejiofor come live to address the question of Asarido Kubo, whether that his claim was actually true or not? Barrister Ejiofor did not do that, so which means it is true.
So you saw that Barrister Ejiofor is doing something wrong. You still entrusted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with him. When you create fundraising, you did not use that fundraising to go and look for another lawyer. You left Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the hands of this person that you are claiming that he is engaging with the enemy and all that. This is a very simple question that a very common sense person was supposed to be asking. You raise fund every day. You put all that money, you put them in your pocket. Buy yourself a Mercedes Benz, brand new in Finland with the blood money. That Mercedes Benz, you don't know it can kill you because it is a blood money you use to buy it.
Mazi, sorry for interrupting you.
Blood money to use it to go and get a lawyer that you can trust. Since you don't trust the ones that we have, that the DOS is working with. What a shame.
Mazi,
Yes.
Mazi, sorry for interrupting you. You know, sometimes our people doesn't reason like a human being. The same Asari Dokubo that this guy accusing Ifeanyi Ejiofor now was the same person. This idiot come on social media here to deceive some groups of idiots who have been donated their brains to be used for fundraising. I could remember when this idiot said that he doesn't have any problem with Asari Dokubo.
I think the video.
Maybe I think you may also remember that the people that Asari Dokubo supposed to have issue are the criminals in DOS, which is he is busy calling the whole gangs of the Biafrans, you know, the criminals in partners, the criminals in crimes, the way, because they know themselves. They know the drug barons, the scammers, they know themselves. So that they will partner together to fight what Nnamdi Kanu live under the leadership of IPOB. They want to dismantle it. That is the reason many people, which I cannot blame his followers, because there's a day I was debating with one of
before you finalize what you are saying, let's hear that thing you talk about.
The only thing I'm telling you, I'm not come here to attack.
I will finalize it. So I was debating with the idiot. I asked the idiot, as you are trying to tell me that I don't know the need to be following the DOS, I should come and join to. I asked him, what have Simon Ekpa done in this struggle since the day he started the fundraising, starting from the death of Ikonso? He abused the dead body of Ikonso by using his name to lies to the Biafrans to generate money up to today. If not by the help of our comrade Iken Uruagu, who tried to bring Ikonso Junior brother, I think it was last month, on interview. Many of us doesn't know that the fundraisers, when you people are saying or coming on social media to do what? To tell the Biafrans how these idiots and these criminals are united to make sure they dismantle what our leader set up and hand over to the DOS. Many people doesn't believe it. But to finalize what you said, it's a very, very grateful to Almighty Elohim for what he done within this week, starting from 11 till today, because it make it very clear in the eyes of even a child of 4 years who can think, no, a child of 4 years who can listen small. Because if you met a child of 4 years and ask, what is this? He can able to explain that for you. He knows that Simon Ekpa is a real fraudster and a real criminal. Simon Ekpa is nothing but a gang leader. Because if, as I am now, for example, in my shop, I have an apprentice in my shop, then when I want to travel, I left my shop, I hand it over to my apprentice, and there's many people who have been working under me, I pay them. If there's anything that lost in that shop, who am I going to hold responsible about that thing in that shop? Is it the people that are working for me or the apprentice who I handed everything over before making the move of my journey? This is exactly the question most of people are supposed to be asking. You know, on 8th of April, I was in Abuja on 8th of April when our leader went to court on 8th of April. I was live on Abuja and I keep asking, where is the autopilot supporters and the autopilot himself? Who are the delegate autopilots sent to Abuja here? Let them surface their face so that people will see them.
No, they are only autopiloting in social media.
This is not social media. You are just, if you are calling them social media autopilot, you are just promoting them because there are one-room autopiloters, people that hide inside one room. I'm proud to say this because I have been in Abuja in the war zone, in the front of DSS, in the front of the militaries, in the front of police, in the federal high court. Where are them? How many of them have been there? If they are fighting for genuine of the recession of Biafra, how many of them are there? Even me, when Simon Ekpa was among us in the Biafran Independence Movement, I'm among the people that wrote to Simon Ekpa to take oath and follow what we are doing. He left.
The makeup of autopilot is made up of Biafra, so-called Biafra sympathizers that has been on the corner, and those who don't like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who attack him during those times. So they converted.
Let me use this opportunity to tell the Biafrans who are the autopilots and the people that are funding autopilots. They are Uchemefo, George Onyibe, Asali Dokobo, all those, and the Eastern governors and the Eastern politicians that's against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are the people together. Uwazulike, the second Ifeanyi Keboa. Uwazuka is an second Ifeanyi to the Igbos entirely and the land. Including, so there are the people. You know, Simon Ekpa doesn't have an information again since Mrs. Caroline and the Naya of Webu stopped giving him information about Nigeria because you know the fundraising they raised for Eastern Security Network for the first time, which that fundraising, the account they used was made by the name of Simon Ekpa, which is Ekpa and Joko Simon. That thing was something that big problem between them and Naya of Webu. Now, Biafrans supposed to ask questions. All these gumbas of idiots supposed to ask questions. Simon, you say I'm Nelly, and Nelly is me. Now, you have problem with
I believe the Zoo network is disturbing you. So let me play this before while we wait for you.
So, as a little Kubo, the only thing I'm telling you, I'm not come here to attack you. I have not come here to blackmail you because I will not blackmail anybody that have done nothing to me. I will not blackmail you. Your anger, I understand it because it is happening to me. So the same way I am feeling is the same way you are feeling. So I have not come here to attack Asari Kubo. Tell Asari Kubo the first time in the history of this struggle that I have come and addressed his concern and I did not attack him.
Because well, that is the first time you started working with him. That is the first time when he started working with him. Continue.
Are not the one that attacking him. Tell him that any day he want to address these people, he should address them properly. Address them like illiterate, IPOP, DOS criminals and their errand. Autopilot are different people.
That is how it is. We are having a call. Let's take this call and we'll finalize. The caller on the line, please come in your name and where you're calling from. You have 2 minutes, please. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go
Yeah,
ahead.
good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's me, Mazi OC.
Oh, Mazosi, please,
Yeah,
come in, make it snappy.
okay.
Because we are
Thank you very much.
finalizing.
I see the program you are doing. Okay, what I got from the program. So, no, I've been busy. That's why. I send the message. If you send the link, maybe open up through the program. At least it will be okay. So,
Okay,
but I couldn't see the link because I was so busy.
where did
So,
you
but
send
now
the
I
message?
just finished what I'm doing now in just few minutes.
Sorry, I didn't
So
see
let
the
me go
message
to the
because
point.
I only see the YouTube. If you send it through YouTube, I will be able to see it.
Yeah, it's through YouTube I send it, but
Oh,
that is not the problem. Yeah. So, but what I want to say is that because Afomo, I saw what you are talking about now about what Simon Ekpa is doing. Because yesterday, I watched that video yesterday when Simon Ekpa was just doing as if he was happy and dancing with that they have released Massacre. He said, some people did not. I don't know all these people that is following him. I don't know if they actually have a common what Oyibo people call a common sense.
they don't even
I
have
don't think they
gumption.
have Oyibo people call a common sense. Because assuming they have what they call common sense, they will not be able to be following this guy. Yesterday, he said the same legal team. He said that they are criminals.
Another thing.
That they can't trust them. The same criminals that you say that the same people that you call criminals. You are now saying that you are waiting for them to come on the media and give you the information of how everything goes. You are still waiting for the same criminals to come and give you an information. That it's waiting for the legal team to come on the media. Why are you waiting for the criminals? Why are you waiting for them? Why can't you do something for your own? You are waiting for the criminals. The people the ones you are paying, or the ones you said you are sending message to go and know how Massacre is doing. Yeah. So some people I don't know the kind of brain and the way some people reason. I don't know. But now, thank God, our lead council have our barrister have come out now and made clear that this is how things goes. I am very happy about that. Now, maybe I don't know. Now it will be a blackout, like he said. It will be a blackout. I will now know where they will get more information and how the person they will get that information from. The information that he said that he's getting, that he gets an information that Massacre is going to court yesterday. Like you said, I don't know the barrister that gave him that information. I don't know which of the barrister.
There is no barrister who gave him anything. The problem is that he assumed the DSS gave him rather, right? The DSS was the one who tipped him off, but he if he declares it at home, then we know that we are people like me will come and ask him who gave you that information. If he will talk about it at home. So that if the barrister told him, he was going to declare it at home. But it was not barrister who told him. It was the DSS.
Yes.
Continue and please round up because I want to finish this video.
Honestly, the only thing there is that now everything is coming to an end. You understand? Like you said, all the things that he's doing yesterday, he's just doing it in the name of let people see that he's jubilating. But truly, in his mind, he is not actually happy. In his mind,
he was suffering.
In his mind, he's saying that, hey, why now? This man, these people would have wait. Let me finish with what I'm doing before they can release him. So now he's like a cow or a dog, a goat that they are taken to where they will kill him, and he's saying, "Oh, from me, this people will be fed, but I don't want to die now." This is the kind of thing that he is doing. You understand? So this guy is just you understand? So he's not worth it. Talking about him, he's not worth it. But I know that we need to debunk whatever he's doing. But talking about him, he did not want it. You understand? He did not want it. So thank you, my brother. Maybe if you are still around, maybe if you send the link, maybe I can.
No, when we come online when we come online, probably tomorrow or anytime, or I don't know when, but if matter arises when we come online, just request it on YouTube. I will see it because my problem is that when I have different connected in different Facebook accounts, so I won't be able to read those messages from them one at once. So you can only read from one Facebook account on YouTube. So but because of what we are using, the program we are using, we are running on. So thank you very much for calling. Let me finalize this. All right. Let me finalize this video so that I will refresh the minds of Biafra before we call it a day because we are actually done.
Okay, thank you, my brother.
All right. Bye.
Another question is, let's agree that Barrister Ejiofor tried to reach agreement for the best interest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because he was not alone. The wife was part of the agreement. The in-law was part of the agreement. But what should surprise you is you, as a follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, were you surprised to hear that Ejiofor reached out to Asari Dokubo and Wazirike for peace?
Wow.
And when the information came public, what was your reaction as a follower, not just a follower, but a true follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Of course, many of you were disappointed. And that was the reason I came to make a video and say, Asari Dokubo, I have not come here to attack you, but going forward, if you continue to attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I will come for you.
Did you see how he lied? Did you see how he lied? Did you hear it in that video? Did you hear it in this video? It is still in front of us. Let us really hear it.
Let us actually hear it. I'm telling you, I'm not come here to attack you. I have not come here to blackmail you because I will not blackmail anybody that have done nothing to me. I will not blackmail you. Your anger, I understand it because it is happening to me. So the same way I am feeling is the same way you are feeling. So I have not come here to
Simple. The same way you are feeling is the same way he is feeling, because you people are working for the same, agenda. That's why you will feel, the same way. So let's
Tell us, the first time in the history of this struggle that I have come and addressed his concern and I did not attack him. And let him not attack autopilot. Tell him that autopilot are not the one that attacking him. Tell him that any day he want to address these people, he should address them properly. Address them like illiterate, IPOP, DOS criminals and their errand. Autopilot.
Did you hear that? He is only defending autopilot. Autopilot. That's the only thing he defended here, but he claimed that he told us if you continue it further.
And exactly what I did. The same thing I'm going to do today. Because of this particular comment that came from Barrister Ejiofor, it must be very clearly stated if he beginning to advocate for the state of Biafra, he must be very, very clearly to mention that to us. If he is ready to take part in the IPOB movement and agitation for Biafra, he must come very open. Because for now, the only business that Barrister Ejiofor have in Biafra struggle is to give us update about the legal proceedings, about the technicalities, about what they are doing and preparing to defend Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
To give you updates so that you will know how to sabotage that update. You will know how to sabotage that update. Thank you. Look at the face of the criminal who deceived all of you. Look at the criminal who deceived all of you. Ifeanyi Moon.
Yeah, Mazi. Most of us, people doesn't like to reason like a human being. By body movement of this criminal.
Released unconditionally. Barrister Ejiofor have no business.
Are you saying something?
Yeah, I'm saying something. By looking at the body movement of this criminal, you have to know that this criminal just jumped into freedom fighter because of hunger. That's the only thing I have to say. Let's continue.
To come publicly to advocate or to speak on behalf of the criminals in the US. He has crossed the boundary. And that is unacceptable and will never be acceptable. I am going to not go too much and go deeper into what I'm about to do, but I will reserve it for the next.
Yeah, Mazi, I've touched my point.
But the question.
You have touched my point. Somebody is looking for information and update. From who? Update from the person you are sponsoring or from who?
That's the thing.
That's what I want to ask. Which update? Are you looking for update from someone that you say that is compromised? Are you looking for update for someone you said that he worked with the people that betrayed our leader? Now, after all this statement, because the day you read this statement, I copied it that day and I also sent it to my stage of that day to make sure that this gets to our leader. And so that our leader will see the damages that this criminal caused in the lives of the Biafrans and the lives of the followers. I could remember when we are in Mosul, even me, I was once a Mosul member. When our leader was in Mosul, our leader said that the things are not moving normal. What he did is just to decamp himself from Mosul and form IPOB and moved the way he wanted to be. If this criminal is really a freedom fighter and he doesn't like what IPOB is doing, then my question is this: must he attach his name into IPOB? Another question to the followers: why the followers couldn't ask this man, because this is a criminal, and we will still call him in the international court because international criminal court because he committed the crimes against the international human rights.
Mazi, Maz, I don't know. I don't think this guy is worth that energy. This guy, once Mazen Namdi Kanu give go ahead and May and Dala. So one thing you must know, one thing you should understand is that we have not started fighting him yet. We have not started fighting him. We are waiting for that attack he is rolling for Mazen Namdi Kanu. We are waiting for him to
Honestly,
do it.
I agree with you because he does see the genesis. He never listens to the people. He never listens to the
Exactly.
people.
That's why if you watch my interview this afternoon with Barrister Ejiofor, I told him that we have not started fighting these people. We are trying to mitigate their attacks and the distractions. That's what we are doing. When we start fighting this criminal, he will know. So,
That's what you're saying is what I'm also always advising to our
you
people.
see, you
Because,
see, you see the illiterate that we are talking about in YouTube. He says
yeah,
Simon Ekpa is a lawyer because you talk about international criminal court.
Mas, you know,
What about international criminal court? I don't know if it's the reason why he is asking. He's saying that Simon Ekpa is a lawyer. I don't know.
Mas you should not blame him. You should not blame him because there's something I used to tell people. There's something I used
He
to
will
tell
be
people.
presenting himself in the
DOS come
ICC.
online with the question and answer. When DOS come online with the question and answer, they will ask you to ask them any difficult thing you doesn't understand. Whatever difficult you are facing, you should come up with that question. But when you look at a criminal because I have followed this criminal.
Will be online tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah. So I follow this criminal. I always follow this criminal because the way you people are following this criminal is the way I'm following this criminal. And I'm always advising our people to keep on because they cannot only allow this war for the IPOB media swallow to carry it away. If you know the way you can tackle this idiot, follow it and tackle it the way you know. The way you can perform. Just perform anyhow you know you can perform to make sure the world knows the atrocity of this idiot. Now, this idiot now, he just found himself now, finding himself as a spokesman. Who permitted him to be a spokesman? Who appointed him? He claimed to be a disciple.
Round up. I want to go. Round up.
He
I've been
claimed
here
to
for
be
2 hours.
for example, Master Judgman, for example, you are a true disciple, I know, because in everything, both in the world, both in financial and everything, you make sure that this movement go higher until we come to the kingdom of Biafra. Which every genuine IPOB is their what? This is their goals. Then, these people, this is the only question I want to leave to the people that are following these people, including that illiterate. I know that I'm not well educated enough, but that illiterate that used to love junk in your comment section, I want him also to go and ask this man, why did he always like to channel a question whenever he come with question and answer to the followers? Why did he always like to channel a place that his followers will ask a question? Whenever you try to come with a question which will touch or shock this leader, he will make sure that he will remove your brain out of that direction. This is question I want to leave for them. In the concluding, I will urge the Biafran also to keep on. Let them never realize and let us keep on praying because we know the soon will also try, as they say the Malami, the illiterate AGM, trying to showcase his stubbornness. But we keep on praying until we get we get what we want and what we deserve. And let us overlook because someone that is a dead person already. He will also disappear.
The most important thing we need to know, I think I will sideline this video. I am done in playing it. I know there are still a lot to it. We will.
No, silence it. You have to silence it because someone they come here and see the video and think that you are promoting this criminal without knowing that IPOB are not involved in criminality.
The most important thing here is that Attorney General Malami, who does not, he was placed there because of nepotism and favoritism. That is how
Yes,
Buhari placed him, selected him to place him there. The same Attorney General selected his son or his relative or his nephew and placed them in EFCC. Is it EFCC? Yes. The chairman of EFCC is related to Attorney General. That is the amount of favoritism and nepotism that they practice in that Nigeria. I don't know if I will be able to take this call. I'm actually exhausted here. But I don't know.
I want to thank every IPOB media warrior for your good effort, especially you, Mazi Does Money. Thank you so much. I thank Mazi Ikenga, Biafran Machineke. I commend you all, Omotel TV. I commend you all, and the DOS entirely, able by Mazi Chika Edozien, and every members of Biafran Defendant Forum who are working genuinely to make sure that IPOB get their freedoms. I thank you, and I pray that Elohim will keep on give you people wisdom, and we Biafrans are at the back of you people, because we know all of us can never be a medium warrior, but we are totally in support of what you people are doing. We are in totally support of what you people. I myself, I'm totally in support of what your people are doing to make sure that the criminality that this criminal in Finland bring down to our land will never continue. Thank you very much,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Elohim will be with you people. Thank you.
Thank you. And also be with you. Thank you. So, web Biafrans, there is a caller that we have 30 seconds. That the caller on the line, please. You are the last caller and you are the last commenter here. Please come in.
Yes, Mazi, I want to say something here very quickly. Mazi, you remember when this guy that, yes, Mazi, it's me.
Okay.
Mazi, do you remember when, Biafrans always forgot things. So this idiot come out and be jubilating, yeah? But to ask him, what are you jubilating for?
Mm-hmm.
So was it not the same guy that told Biafrans that they shouldn't go to meeting, they shouldn't contribute? Is he not the same idiot that is jubilating?
They have
we remind things. We have
taken all the money.
Yes, we have archives of this guy. We are just waiting for Mazi to come out so that we can present the atrocity of this idiot. Is he not the same guy that told Biafrans not to go to meeting, not to contribute money? Is he not the same guy? So if we don't go to meeting, if we don't contribute, Mazi Nnamdi case will not be, we won't pay our lawyers. But he's jubilating. Some our people that Samanepa have deceived, that died, the ones he deceived, I don't have mercy for them. But it's the ones he killed. He directed the people that killed them. That is the people I am angry of. And that is the people I will make sure that I fight to Samanepa. I make sure that Samanepa pay the price. I am telling you the gospel truth. We will do everything. I know Samanepa is not going to leave Finland. I am telling him now, he's listening. I am telling him now that listen, you know why people say we should stop calling his nobody? No. Because he deceived our people. He did something wrong. He makes something that makes our people go against their own people. Family was going against family. People were killing their own brother because of Samanepa. This Samanepa, I want Biafrans to wait so that Mazi we will give Mazi everything Samanepa has cost in Biafra land. He came out and said, we are not going to listen to anybody in DSS dungeon.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows all these things. So
yeah, of course, Mazi knows all these things.
He knows all these things. So
he said that he's not going to listen to anybody that is in DSS dungeon.
Do you think that Mazi does not know that if APC-led candidate, that Simon called APC-led candidate to bribe him 1 billion naira?
I said Mazi knows all these things. It's because he cannot say something.
Mazi heard it from the horse's mouth.
Of course. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when you said it here, people will say, oh, you are lying. Yeah, you are jealous. You know these people? Mazi, let me say something. There is one idiot in your YouTube session. He said his name is Charles Made Abuchi. Please, his picture is there. I could have said you the well, I won't say it, I will call you secret. His picture is there. Snap it out because I tried to do it, it wasn't allowing me. There's one idiot in your comment section. What put you here? What put try you here? I said these people will pay. These people are paying the price in Biafra. We are in Biafra land. Everywhere someone ever have put his leg, we will pursue these boys that he ask him, he knows. We are not going to allow because if we don't do it, Mazen will blame us. We will make sure that all those boys asking him, the ones they caught now, where is he going to come for? He's not going to come and announce for his idiot that there is boys they caught. He's not going to come. But we will do everything to make sure someone never pay. He came to deceive our people and let our people go against their people. Our people that Mazen Namdekano have made, they are speaking in one voice. Everybody is speaking in one voice. He took the advantage because Mazen was kidnapped. And then he started saying lies.
Mazen, we'll have another day. We will have another day.
Thank you, Mazen. Let me leave it here.
If you
continue,
you will not stop. I know.
Mazi, thank you very much. I am very, very angry. Believe you me.
I know.
I am.
I know.
Mazi, thank you.
Great people, friends all over the world, we are bringing this program to an end, and we will be back again when time permits us, and as well as if need be, we will continue to debunk the enemy. It is not over yet until it's fully over. So we are going to now take our bow with this national anthem. And I want you to, don't forget to follow those Facebook pages where you are watching. Don't forget to subscribe to that YouTube channel where you are watching as we continue to spread this gospel for our freedom. I know I did not finalize that comment or sentiment from the Attorney General of Nigeria. We will come back to it, especially when he make another comment. We will come back and we will also teach him the law that he claimed that he is the Attorney General, that he does not allow the rule of law to uphold. So follow the page, like the video, share the video, and make sure that you remain safe. Stay informed until we meet again. Let's go there.
Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. Beloved homeland of our brave heroes, we must defend our lives, or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our foes. But if the prize is death for all we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear. Held to Biafra, consecrated nation, oh fatherland, peace be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be our dedication. Spilling our blood will we shall emerge triumphant from this ordeal, and through the crucible unscathed we'll pass. When we are poised, the wind of battle to heal, we shall remember those who died in mass. Then shall our trumpets peal the glorious song of victory. We score might and wrong. Oh God, protect us from dying in